Number 1. 1961 Buick Special Deluxe, $2,800, Anderson, Indiana. This 1961 Buick Special Deluxe is powered by a V8 engine with automatic transmission and power steering. The seller says the car runs and drives, and it still retains much of its original trim, chrome, and emblems from the era. The main issue mentioned is weak braking performance, with the drums likely needing attention. Overall, it sounds like a complete early 1960s cruiser that could be improved gradually while remaining a usable vintage project. Number 2. 1970 Dodge Dart Swinger, $2,900, Bloomingdale, Michigan. This 1970 Dodge Dart Swinger project comes equipped with a slant 6 engine and a 3-speed manual transmission with column shift. The engine is currently not running, but the seller states that the frame remains solid with no major rot issues. A large amount of trim, dash components, and interior parts are included in the trunk, along with extra body panels and steering components. It appears to be a fairly complete Mopar restoration candidate with good structural bones but plenty of assembly work ahead. Number 3. 1965 Ford Thunderbird Coupe 2D, $1,500, Bell Buckle, Tennessee. This 1965 Ford Thunderbird is powered by a V8 and is described as a mostly complete project car. The seller says it previously ran a few years ago and has already received a new fuel tank, electric fuel pump, and front brake calipers. The brakes still need additional work, and rust is present in the passenger side floor area. It will also require a battery and general mechanical attention before returning to the road, but several extra parts are included with the sale.
Number 4. 1953 Chevrolet Bel Air, $3,000, Hoover, Alabama. This 1953 Chevrolet Bel Air has reportedly been stored in a garage for around 15 years after plans for restoration never moved forward. The car does not currently run, and many of the exterior trim and chrome pieces are stored separately in the trunk. The seller mentions that the car still carries an older title from the 1970s and has remained within the same family for years. Based on the description, it appears to be a long-term restoration project with original components still accompanying the vehicle. Number 5. 1978 Chevrolet 1500 Regular Cab NP203, $3,000, Dresden, Ohio. This 1978 Chevrolet K1500 is a full-time 4-wheel drive truck equipped with an NP203 transfer case. The seller says the truck runs, drives, and stops reliably, and it has reportedly been driven regularly on the interstate. The truck uses a mixture of components from different years, including an 86 dually bed, front clip, and interior pieces. While the drivetrain is described as solid with no major rust holes, the power steering pump and worn tires will need attention soon. Number 6. 1978 Chevrolet Camaro Street Stock, $3,500, Lehighton, PA. This 1978 Chevrolet Camaro is being built as a street stock race car project and was previously associated with local speedway racing. The car includes a stock 350 engine, brand new bell housing, and a new clutch setup. The seller also mentions many additional racing parts included with the project, and a Kirke containment seat may be added for the right deal. It appears to be an unfinished oval track build rather than a street-focused restoration project.
Number 7. 1978 Triumph Spitfire, $3,500, Springfield, VA. This 1978 Triumph Spitfire is described as a running and driving British roadster project with around 98,000 miles. The seller says the car still needs some work before becoming fully roadworthy, but many replacement parts have already been installed. Current issues include minor oil seepage, brake line work, worn tires, and interior reassembly. Rust is said to be minimal aside from the floor pans, making it sound like a fairly solid small convertible project overall. Number 8. 1977 Jeep Renegade, $3,199, Cerro Gordo, NC. This 1977 Jeep CJ5 Renegade is powered by a 360 AMC engine paired with a manual transmission. According to the seller, the Jeep cranks, drives, and already has a new fuel tank along with fresh brake components. The listing mentions that it still needs gauges and final work before becoming fully road ready. It sounds like a usable off-road style project that could continue to be improved while already remaining operational. Number 9. 1971 MG Midget, $3,000, Avon, New York. This 1971 MG Midget is being sold as a small British sports car project with a new convertible top already installed. The seller says the car will need the key wiring sorted out and recommends transporting it by trailer. Rust is present, although the seller describes the body as still fairly solid overall. With a bill of sale included and an older lightweight design, it appears to be a straightforward restoration candidate for someone interested in vintage British roadsters. Number 10. 1965 MG Midget, $3,500, Etna Green, Indiana. This 1965 MG Midget is powered by a 1275 engine and is described as a good running and driving example. Unlike many smaller British projects, this one is presented as already usable and comes with extra parts included in the sale. The listing itself is brief, that the seller suggests the car remains mechanically healthy overall. It sounds like a simple vintage roadster that could serve as an affordable weekend cruiser with minimal immediate restoration needs.
Number 11. 1974 Dodge D200, $2,500, Woodbury, Tennessee. This 1974 Dodge D200 pickup is powered by a 440 big block engine paired with an automatic transmission. The seller says the engine currently cranks and recently received a new ECU, although the truck is not running at the moment after sitting parked for several years. The truck reportedly shows around 86,000 original miles and still includes a signed title along with some paperwork. Interior condition is described as fairly decent overall, with only minor wear on the driver's seat. From the description, it sounds like a complete big block Dodge project with solid potential for someone looking for an older, heavy-duty pickup. Mechanical work will be needed before it can return to regular road use. Number 12. 1971 Ford F1, $2,995, Chillicothe, Ohio. This 1971 Ford F100 long bed is powered by a 351 Windsor engine backed by an automatic transmission. According to the seller, the truck currently starts, runs, and stops properly and has already received extensive brake system service. Recent work includes a new radiator support, wheel cylinders, brake shoes, wheel bearings, brake hoses, master cylinder, and battery. The seller also states that all lights are functioning properly. The truck still needs tires before becoming fully roadworthy, and it has not recently been driven on public roads due to missing tags and insurance. Overall, it sounds like a usable vintage pickup, with most major mechanical systems already addressed.
Number 13. 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe 2D, $2,000, Wirtz, VA. This 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe comes equipped with a 6-cylinder engine and pony interior package. The seller describes the car as a decent restoration candidate, although it currently does not include a title or keys. The car is being sold with only a bill of sale, which may create additional registration work depending on the buyer's location. Very little mechanical information is provided, so its running condition remains unclear. Based on the listing, this appears to be a budget-friendly Mustang project that could also serve as parts donor if someone already owns another first-generation car needing components. Number 14. 1964 AMC Rambler Classic 600, $1,000, Wausaukee, Wisconsin. This 1964 AMC Rambler Classic 600 has reportedly been parked since 1992 and is described as mostly original. The seller says the engine will run when fuel is poured into the carburetor, suggesting the fuel system still requires cleaning and repair. The car will also need a battery, front wheel cylinders, and fuel tank service before becoming roadworthy again. A clean title is included, although trailer transport will likely be necessary. For the price, it sounds like a complete and affordable 1960 sedan project with straightforward mechanical needs. The seller even suggests it could become a simple weekend cruiser with some basic restoration work. Number 15. 1957 Nash Metropolitan, $1,500, Lithia Springs, Georgia. This 1957 Nash Metropolitan is being offered as a restoration project with its original engine reportedly still intact. The seller mentions some rust throughout the car, but believes it could still make a worthwhile project for the right buyer. The listing does not provide many mechanical details, so the current running condition remains unknown. However, the compact body and unusual styling continue to make these small Nash models popular among collectors. Overall, this appears to be a low-cost entry point into a distinctive 1950s classic. Buyers should expect typical restoration work involving body, drivetrain, and interior components after years of age and storage. Number 16. 1978 Ford F-350 161-inch WB 2D, $3,000, Broadway, Virginia. This 1978 Ford F-350 is described as a one-owner truck showing around 53,000 miles. It is equipped with a manual transmission, and the seller states that the truck currently runs great overall. The only issue specifically mentioned is a small crack in the upper radiator tank, which may need soldering or repair. Aside from that, the truck appears to remain mechanically usable and largely original. Based on the description, it sounds like a straightforward heavy-duty work truck with relatively low mileage for its age. Its single-owner history may also appeal to buyers looking for an older, unmodified pickup.
Number 17. 1962 Mercury Comet S22, $1,500, Woodbury, Tennessee. This 1962 Mercury Comet S22 is currently being sold as a rolling project with a clean Tennessee title. The original inline-6 engine and automatic transmission are included, although the engine is reportedly stuck. The seller says most of the trim pieces are still present except for one trunk lid molding. Rust is present in the floors, quarter panels, and trunk area, while the interior appears aged but mostly complete. According to the listing, the car was originally planned for a rat rod build before the owner changed directions toward another project. It sounds like a solid base for someone interested in an early compact Mercury restoration or custom build.
Number 18. 1977 Jeep Cherokee X Sport Utility 4D, $2,500, Brockway Township, Michigan. Despite the incorrect listing title, this vehicle is actually described as a 1977 Jeep CJ7 project. The seller states clearly that the Jeep does not currently run and is mainly being sold for the value of its body tub. A small crack is present on the right fender, although the seller believes it can be repaired. Beyond that, very little additional information is provided about drivetrain or interior condition. Overall, it sounds like a basic off-road project platform for someone searching for an older Jeep build. Buyers should likely expect full mechanical inspection and restoration work before use.
Number 19. 1968 Ford Galaxy 500 Convertible, $2,950, Sandersville, Georgia. This 1968 Ford Galaxy 500 Convertible is being sold as a project car without an engine or transmission. The car does include a new convertible top stored in the trunk, which may help offset some restoration costs. With around 110,000 miles showing, the car appears to be a long-term rebuild candidate rather than a quick driver project. The listing does not mention body condition in detail, so buyers would likely want to inspect the floors, frame, and trunk areas carefully. Even without a drivetrain,
The convertible body style alone may still attract interest from Ford enthusiasts. It sounds like a restoration platform that will require major assembly and mechanical sourcing before returning to the road. Number 20. 1976 Chrysler Cordoba Sedan, $600, Independence, Kentucky. This 1976 Chrysler Cordoba is being built as a smash-it, street-stock race car project rather than a normal restoration candidate. The seller says the floorboards and body have already been patched, and reinforcement plates have been installed. The car currently does not include rear tires unless purchased at a higher price. Very little is mentioned about the engine or drivetrain condition, suggesting the focus is mainly on racing preparation. At only a few $100s, it appears to be more of a budget dirt track or demolition style build than a traditional collector car project. Buyers looking for a street-driven restoration would likely need significant additional work and parts. Which one would you actually bring home? The Thunderbird, the Dart Swinger, or maybe that old Jeep CJ5? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more honest classic car finds every week.